Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday morning Tea with a Hacker stream, also known as the Friday Resupply. I am glad to see everybody this morning, as it is Tea with a Hacker. If you're new to the stream, this is our Friday morning AMA chill stream. We absolutely, utterly love it, and it is indeed Tea with a Hacker today. Let's see if that shows up on camera. That's not bad. We got a little bit of just tea. Ginger, chamomile, cinnamon, herbal tea. And for my international folks everywhere, I brought a Devils in. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so very much. When I was stationed in Germany for 4 years, obviously I went to a lot of the Oktoberfest, the beer fest that they've got going on over there in Germany, and I picked up a couple of these really nice mugs right while I was in some of the beer fest over there. And so technically these are supposed to be beer mugs, but I decided to throw our Friday morning tea with a hacker in there. So morning, everybody. Top of the morning to you. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. I do love me some tea right there. It is our Friday morning tea with a hacker chill AMA stream. It is also the Friday Resupply, sponsored by Josh Mason and the Cyber Supply Drop, where we will be doing a giveaway for today, as always. So definitely appreciate Josh Mason's support on that. My name, as always, is Neil Bridges. I may be a little slow on the uptake this morning. If you saw my Twitter post, I did just get back from a 3-mile plus run, literally right before the stream. So I got my towel here. I got my protein shake. I got my water. We're going to try to do the stream in a post-run fashion. So I'm hitting it up. Welcome to all of our new joiners as well as our regular visitors. Listen, real super quick note, right? 30% of you are non-subscribers. 30% of you are non-subscribers. Of those subscribers that we do have, about 40% of you do not have notifications on. I have tested it this morning. For those of you who are wanting the same notifications on when we go live that you had on Twitch, please turn your notifications on for the channel. That is how you get notified. I got my notification that we were going live. Thank you very much, Brad Hahn, for the $3.68 super chat. I did get my my notification that we went live 30 minutes before the actual live stream started. I do know that those notifications are going out, so do make sure you do turn the notifications on for the streams. Real conversations with real people, that is direct from one of our guests. This is our short format, and so we are going to run through our intro super fast. We do have moderators in chat. I do want to personally thank all of my moderators each and every stream for their dedication. Moderators are here to keep chat free of sexist, racist, misogynistic, elitist, and otherwise toxic behavior. We have a zero tolerance for toxicity here on this stream. I do trust my moderators explicitly, and their decision is final. If you're put on a timeout or a ban, please appeal to them, not to me. You can appeal to them on Discord. Hit them up on the ! Discord, or just hop into our Discord at any point in time if you are timed out or banned. They are not here, however, to stifle chat in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, moderators are here to make sure that your questions are heard. This is our Friday morning AMA stream. It is an Ask Me Anything, which means that your questions are ridiculously important to all of us. When I talk about how important questions are to us, there are people right now who have questions about cybersecurity, whether it's getting into cybersecurity, whether it's how to be a red team or how to be a blue team, or whether it's how to build a SOC, how to build a red team, how to build a threat intelligence team, what's the best XDR to use out there, right? Questions like that. There might be somebody else with that same question that may not necessarily be comfortable asking in chat, and that is okay. Not everybody is comfortable asking questions in a huge setting. That's why we create an inclusive environment. Just think that your question is going to help hundreds, if not thousands of people get that answer, and think about the impact that you could potentially have on the community by simply asking a question. So ask your question. They're so important to us. Ask them at any time. They are the prime value that this stream and every other stream comes from being live. Okay? However, we do ask that you ask your question only once. If you ask it more than once, it may be considered spamming. Spamming may result in a timeout or a ban. So ask them at any time about any topic, whether it's on stream or top of mind, and we will do our best to address them. I do want to I'd like to thank our partners in no particular order: Battleship Security, Attack IQ, Elastic, Query.ai, VMware Carbon Black, At Root Beverages, which hopefully tomorrow I should be getting my shipment of At Root Beverages, and Josh Mason, the Cyber Supply Drop. Listen, our partners provide prizes and discounts for you. Josh Mason and Cyber Supply Drop every week make this Friday resupply possible through his organization, his nonprofit organization, the Cyber Supply Drop. VMware Carbon Black provides prizes and discounts. At Root provides discounts. Elastic provides 30 days of access to their cloud SIM. At Root provides 20% discount to their beverages, right? These folks believe in you all. Query.ai provides monthly INE cybersecurity vouchers for you for training, right? Those are organizations that actively every month want to contribute something to you all's growth in this industry. So my ask is that you do hit those exclamation point partners, do hit up some of our partners, let them know that you saw and heard about them on the Cyber Insecurity stream. A couple show notes real quick before I get into the questions. Keep the questions coming. The moderators will get to add those to the queue, and we'll answer them here in a little bit. In terms of a couple of show notes on Monday, we do have Andrew Maloney from Query.ai. We're going to come on and talk about kind of the state of threat hunting, of AI in terms of data searching across multiple platforms and things like that. So if you're interested in topics like that, Monday we're going to have we will have Andrew Maloney from Query.ai on there, and that'll be an opportunity for everybody to join me in chat in thanking him for his support of the stream. So that's the 22nd. Sorry, that's Wednesday. That's next Wednesday. That's not 20th. That's next Wednesday. So I got a moderator telling me on that one. So that's next Wednesday on that one. The 28th, the 29th. Sorry. Back it up. The 27th. Remember, we just took a look at CyberSN, the job marketplace that we reviewed on Monday. The videos are up on YouTube. Do make sure you head over to the video section if you want to go see our review of the CyberSN. Deirdre has made a lot of changes to the platform. They released a version of it on Tuesday of this week. She is coming on stream on the 27th. So we will have Deirdre on stream, Deirdre Diamond, who's the CEO of CyberSN. To talk about the CyberSN platform, to talk about cybersecurity recruiting. And so that's a fantastic opportunity for you to get up to speed on some tips and tricks for how to land those cybersecurity jobs from a cybersecurity recruiter, as well as to talk about the CyberSN platform that we reviewed this week. On Wednesday, the 29th, we're going to have Carl Wright, who's the Chief Commercial Officer at Attack IQ. We're going to come on and talk about threat-informed defense. Now, this is something we've talked about on stream, and we're wanting to talk about this kind of shift, if you will, into a model where threat intelligence should be informing more of your defensive strategies. And so we are going to have a conversation, centered around how to make more threat-informed defense decisions. And that's happening on Wednesday, the 29th. Thursday night, we're having a special stream. This is very important. Make sure you listen to this. Thursday night, we will have a special stream. We're going to have TK from VMware Carbon Black coming on, and we're going to talk about all things threat hunting, and other topics in that realm. So there will be a special off-schedule stream on Thursday, September 30th. So tons and tons and tons of content on the channel. These streams that I just mentioned will all be on YouTube. They will not be on Twitch. They will all be on YouTube. This is why it's important that you turn those notifications on in YouTube so that you are aware of that. In terms of the Twitch to YouTube transition, as you can tell, we are in the midst of a Twitch to YouTube transition. Happy to go into detail on why that is. We have some very, very important reasons why we're doing that. But that transition will take place. It's taking place over the course of the next couple weeks. It will officially be in place on October 1st. Tonight, Jack, SecIT guy, will stream his Tipsy Cyber on Twitch. That'll be one of the few streams that we still have on Twitch to remind everybody who may still be on Twitch that they need to switch over to YouTube. So you can catch Jack on Tipsy Cyber tonight on Twitch. But for the most part, all of my streams will be transitioning over to YouTube. By the end of the month, by September 30th, starting October 1st, there will be no more Twitch roles in Discord. We will turn off the Twitch integration with Discord. And so if you are a current, wow, you can tell the blood is lacking from the workout this morning. If you are a current Twitch subscriber, go cancel your Twitch sub, okay? Because I don't want you wasting money by having it auto renew on the 1st. However, if you want access to sub chat, you do need to convert that sub over into the appropriate YouTube membership that is listed on the membership page. That is how you get access to sub chat, which has been such a great after hours community organization type of event. So with that being said, we've obviously added some membership tiers to one of the benefits to going over to YouTube is that we've been able to add some membership tiers to YouTube. And part of that, we've already had several people sign up for the basic mentorship. One of the biggest questions I get asked is, Neil, will you mentor me? One of the hardest things is to actually make that scalable. YouTube memberships has actually made that scalable for us. I've did 3 personalized resume review videos for folks who have signed up for basic mentorship. If those folks feel comfortable, they can drop a comment in chat as to whether they thought that benefit was helpful for them or not. But you get a dedicated section of the YouTube page where you get access to a personalized resume review video where it's not as rapid fire as it is when it's live on stream. And I just saw a Cyber Centurion, just since we're talking about this one. Here is the bottom line, right? There are lots of benefits that Twitch has over YouTube. We are absolutely not saying that YouTube is wholeheartedly better by any way, stretch, or mind. This is 100% a core value decision that we made as a team based on the hot tub stream meta, as well as their stance on diversity and inclusion, with their non-action around hate raids. And so this isn't about a feature set. This is about standing by our core values of a non-toxic cybersecurity environment and moving away from something that we fundamentally believe in as a community. So we are not disagreeing with you. The mod team hates the mod chat functions on YouTube. They will tell you that vehemently. And so, this is what's best for us. This is what's best for us from a core value perspective. On this one. And so, no disagreement there. Twitch has done a fantastic job for streaming. We're hoping to make a home here on YouTube, and we appreciate everybody who is coming over here and supporting us on our transition to YouTube. And if we have to regrow the community, then so be it. Twitch is getting kind of crazy. Some awesome news on the front. Some things to get hyped about. Some things to get super excited about. I am in conversations with the commissioner of the U.S. Cyber Games. The U.S. Cyber Games is doing their draft of who will participate to represent the United States for the U.S. Cyber Games on October 5th. We are trying to get the red team and the blue team coaches on stream from the U.S. Cyber Games so we could talk about what it takes to put together a nationally recognized cyber team to represent the U.S. in the U.S. Cyber Games. Josh just linked the the link in chat for that one. That is something that we are trying to work heavily on. But we are going to be having a speaking role at the U.S. Cyber Games, and so I'm super excited and super grateful to Jessica for asking me to go and participate in that. There is a bot command for VMworld, !VMworld. Let's get as many people to sign up for VMworld as possible. I hear Will Smith is actually gonna be sitting on a fireside chat with somebody at VMworld. I just heard that yesterday. Also, I'll be speaking at a media event with the CISO of Cognizant, with Kate Nichols from Red Canary, and with Amelia from VMware. We're going to be talking about the evolution of ransomware, so I will be giving a panel on that for VMworld as well. So I'm super, super excited to be part of those endeavors. Brad, thank you so very much for becoming a member of the Narwhal Prime Club. Welcome. Welcome to Brad. Brad, welcome to the Narwhal Calf Club. Thank you so very much for your support of the stream. All right, let's hop into questions. Remember, you can ask your questions at any time about any topic, and we will do our best to address them. Let's jump right into this one. Actually, I'm gonna pop chat out real quick. Let's pop chat out. Let's do this. Let's pull this over. Awesome. I'm also reorganizing some of my setup here. So still, there we go. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, let's pull this way. Awesome. Fantastic. There we go. Now I can see everything. Woo. Awesome. Let's see here. Devin Zen says, question, what do you think of researchers publishing the details of high severity CVEs before the company has even begun remediation? That's a very hard conversation to talk about, right? Because what isn't talked about in that conversation, right, is what was the effort, and I'll use my air quotes here, what was the effort of the researchers to try to work with that company in private to disclose the vulnerability to company, right? Responsible disclosure, and I use that term again with air quotes, responsible disclosure has had a rough existence, right? I've gone through this process. When I found my 0 day way back when, right? I tried very, very hard to do the responsible disclosure route. And it took me almost 90 days to get the company to respond to my responsible disclosure request. This was 2015 when I was doing it. It took me almost 90 days to get the company to respond to my responsible disclosure request. And when I did, I had to fight with them over the definition of whether it was a feature. I kid you not, I found an Active Directory enumeration through command injection on a web application, and they told me that that was a feature that could be turned off through the application. Kid you not. And so, like, it's not, companies don't make it easy for researchers to do the right thing from a responsible disclosure perspective. And so, Adam, thank you very much for becoming a member. And so one of the things that I'll say to this is it's not always easy or best to lambaste researchers because you don't know the efforts that they may or may not have went through to try to disclose the vulnerability in a responsible fashion to the vendor. I think that vendors who get pissed off, right, for lack of a better word, because a researcher went public with their vulnerability, I think that is a vendor who's trying to shift responsibility to the researcher instead of taking responsibility for the vendor that they have disclosed. And so my side will always be with the researcher, unless you're out there trying to, like, LOL at companies. There's been several people who've been out there who have tried to, like, use it as a clout stone instead of using it as responsible information to the public, right? And so, like, if it is done in a fashion that I think shows responsibility to make the public informed, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with researchers disclosing high severity CVEs before a company can begin remediation, right? Because there's probably something else that has happened on the back end that we're not aware of that has stopped them from being able to do some type of responsible disclosure for them. That's my take on that. Neil, what? No, I've got VBix going. I don't need you to put questions in Discord. Yeah, I appreciate you, Josh. I got VMix running. I'm good, man. I'm good. Josh, if you were here, I'd pat you on the head. Be like, it's okay, Josh. Good, Josh. It's okay. All right. Love you too, buddy. Neil, what are your thoughts on cybersecurity in blockchain? Cynical, right? My thoughts on this are cynical, right? I don't think we're at a point where we can have a conversation about cybersecurity in blockchain. Now, that doesn't mean the blockchain is overly secure, and it doesn't mean the blockchain is insecure. I don't think that we have seen enough over there, right? I don't think that we've seen enough in that space to where we know what the state, whether it's good or bad, in blockchain is. And a lot of that has to do with adoption, right? And when I say adoption, right, let's make sure we're talking about blockchain, not cryptocurrencies, right? Not NFTs, right? When we talk about blockchain adoption, we don't see a whole lot of companies adopting using a blockchains to ensure the integrity of electronic medical records. We don't see a whole lot of banks making hundreds of millions of dollars of investment into blockchain to secure financial transactions in a typical fiat world, right? As a matter of fact, I think it was maybe 5 or 6 years ago, we saw the first real investment by a financial organization into actual blockchain development, which was HSBC. I think that they made like a $50 million investment to explore what was possible, right, to use blockchain to secure financial transactions, right? That was like one of the first big investments that we've seen. And again, I'm not talking cryptocurrency. I'm talking on the actual blockchain to actually use blockchain for its intended purposes of ensuring the integrity of those transaction, purposes. And so I think because of that lack of industry adoption on the part of blockchain, and again, I'm not talking cryptocurrency and I'm not talking NFTs, I think that we're in a weird spot with blockchain where we don't really know how to use it. And so since it's not so widely adopted, it's not necessarily high on the security research radar. So I'd say for that reason, it's in an interesting spot, but I don't necessarily know that we know enough about it to be able to pontificate on how secure blockchain is. Should you all run out and invest in learning blockchain security? Absolutely not. No, go learn cloud security, because today cloud security is going to get you a job. If you've got extra time on your hands and you want to dabble in blockchain and you want to play around with blockchain security, I think that that's a fantastic research project. And I think it may be something that you could probably be one of those pioneers if you're that good at doing some of that research type stuff. But again, and again, when I talk about, this is very much like what BSEC said, right? Right now, whenever you say blockchain, people immediately go to crypto. I'm not talking cryptocurrency and I'm not talking NFTs, right? I'm talking the actual use of blockchain for its intended use on things like NFTs, on things like integrity of medical records, integrity of financial transactions. And there just isn't enough research out there to be able to say it needs to go one way or the other. All right. Curious Spectre says, question, is it possible to build a SOC team where there is no dedicated data center president? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I don't think a dedicated data center, right, is a precursor for having a SOC team, right? Security operations, right? Security operations is about securing your entire organization. And so you can secure an organization without having a dedicated data center, because you have users, you got email, you got endpoints, and you're transmitting data and you're processing something to make money because you're in business, right? And so I think for all of those reasons, all of those reasons, a security operations center can be a dispersed virtual security operations center, and the team can still be there to support the operations of the company in a secure fashion. So absolutely, 100%. I think that that is absolutely possible and absolutely doable. Hey, Neil, glad to be back. I wanted to know, what are the odds of an Indian getting a good pen testing job in the States as a fresher or 2 years experience based on your experience? Fantastic question. A couple of Tea with the Hackers ago, and I posted this somewhere. I'll have to find it. Maybe one of the mods can go find the Twitch VOD for it, because I think it's on Twitch. I went through, and actually, if you hit !gig in chat, hit !gig in chat. There's a website out there called Gig Now. Okay, it is a gig website used for Ernest and Young. On there, we demoed that on stream, and they had pen testing roles on Gig Now for folks in India to do gig work. Now, what you could do is you can use that as a lead-in to EY, get you a job in EY, and then use the mechanism at EY to get you a job in the States. Do I think that you have good odds of calling up insert company here in the States and saying, hey, look, I'd like to get a pen test job? If you are in India, don't require sponsorship to the US, they have a 100% remote work and are willing to hire you with no sponsorship from India for a company in the US, I'd say the chances are probably pretty good. Do I think the chances are probably pretty good of you using the gig website, the Gig Now website, to find a job in India to do a pen testing role from India? I think those odds are pretty good. Do I think you're going to find a company who's going to sponsor you on an H-1B or an H-1L, L-1B, sorry, an L-1B or an H-1B to come over to the U.S.? I think those are fewer and fewer far between, especially in a post-COVID world where everybody is working remote. When are we going to get another Neil and Jerry sparring session? Jerry and I were actually talking about that. I owe Jerry a sparring session on his channel, so tune in and pay attention to when you can catch me over on Gerald's channel sparring with him over there. This warms my heart. Valerie, thank you so very much. Neil, thank you for your energy, passion, and optimism. Your motivations make me feel like anything is possible. Listen, Cyber Secrets right here, y'all. Cyber Secrets. I'm getting real close. Getting real close. I'm going to use my best ASMR voice on this one. Anything is possible. Yes, my friends, you are awesome. You are awesome. And I believe in every single one of you. I believe in every single one of you every single day, and anything is possible. 100%. Right? You all make it happen. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, Valerie. I appreciate you so much. What else we got here? I saw this one before the stream started. I did want to kind of address this one, right? Hello, sir. From last month, I'm dealing with burnout. I'm not able to focus on work. I don't want to get up from bed. How do I get back on track or deal with burnout? Burnout is a real thing in our industry. It is something that I want everybody to be particularly, cognizant of. Take a break. Take a break, right? You're dealing with burnout because you're taking on too much. Don't worry about how to get back on track, right? If you're dealing with burnout, it's because you're pushing yourself too hard. Listen, this industry will chew you up and spit you out, and it will do so with zero remorse. It will do so with zero remorse, okay? And so for that reason alone, it is not worth you. It is not worth your health, right, to deal with burnout. There is no job on this planet that is worth your physical health for. Listen, 3 months ago, I was over 30 pounds heavier. You know why? Because I let this industry chew me up. Right? I was working for a company where I was traveling 200 days a year, Carmen spent 10 years with a company where she traveled 200 days a year, right? Where she was 150% utilized on a day-to-day basis, right? And we all think that it's because we have to do the job. It's because we all think that if we don't do the job, right, we're going to get fired. If we don't do the job, we're going to fall behind in our studies. If we don't stay abreast of all these technologies, then we're not going to be as smart as the next person out there. Those are all lies we tell ourselves, right, to force us to do that stuff, right? And so it took me, right, the reason I'm 30 pounds lighter now is because it took me to say I'm done letting this industry decide how unhealthy I'm going to live my life, right? Now, am I less effective at work? Absolutely not. Do we still stream? Absolutely. Are we still out there trying to find you the best guest in the entire industry to show on your stream? Absolutely. Are we still out there trying to find you prizes? Absolutely. Am I still learning? Yes, every day, right? We are still out there hustling, but I've decided to put my health first. You have to decide to put yourself first before the industry. Put yourself first. That is how you deal with burnout. When you put yourself first, you will realize that you can still accomplish great things and you're much, much healthier for it. That is definitely a soapbox item. Drop some soapboxes in chat. I appreciate the question on burnout. I always do. Protein shake down, team. High five. Woo! Back over to the tea. Awesome. All right. What does a day in the life of a SOC look like? So that's kind of broad when you talk about SOC, Security Operations Center. I'll kind of talk about a couple different things that looks like from a SOC perspective. If you're a SOC analyst, you're probably doing incident response. You're probably doing triage. You're probably looking at a console all day, every day. So you're probably on Splunk, on Elastic, Datadog, something like that. You're probably looking at alerts that are probably already set up for you in a dashboard. You're probably in your EDR, your endpoint detection and response, or some other type of tool, where you're looking for, some anomalies or something like that. There's probably lots of different tools that you're using, right? That allow you to look for predetermined signatures of alerts inside of your environment that you either respond to yourself or you escalate to a tier 2, a SOC 2 analyst, an incident response team, or something, like that, right? As you go up, right, SOC Analyst 2, SOC Analyst 3, Threat Hunter, it's similar jobs, but it gets more and more in depth, and your experience really kind of comes a long way, in terms of trying to figure out, the less time you're actually spending responding to alerts and more time you're actually spending hunting. And I use my air quotes on this one, because hunting has a lot of different connotations depending on, the organization you're in, the maturity of their threat hunting program, the tools that they have at their disposal. So I definitely use threat hunting in a very, 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 very air quotey type environment. But I'd say generally that's kind of your first 3 to 5 years in a SOC is doing that. Very few SOC teams, right? Very few SOC teams have dedicated digital forensics folks. And I want to explain why that is, right? Because when we think blue team and we think security operations, sometimes we mix, digital forensics into that pool and into that conversation. Digital forensics is not always something that you see in most organizations. As a matter of fact, most organizations don't have an on-staff digital forensics team. And the reason for that, and I'll give you an example. I've worked with multiple Fortune 100 companies where their on-staff digital forensics was more on e-discovery side for legal hold than it was for incident remediation and incident triage. If they actually ever did digital forensics as a result of an incident, they would actually call in a a firm like Mandiant or something like that, because they knew that it was either going to go to cyber insurance or they knew that it was going to be some type of legal litigation whatsoever. And so you may see some digital forensics folks in some SOX teams. It just really kind of depends. In a true SOC, in a good SOC, if I were ever to build a SOC, right? I put pen testing into my security operations team, and I build it more like a purple team than I do anything else, because I think that that is the right way to run a SOC. And so that's why I say, like, when you say a day in the life, it really just kind of depends on what your role is. If you're an incident responder, you're literally using incident response on a day-to-day basis, or you should be, depending on how tuned your SIM is. And that's not, I don't mean that from like, I need to super tune my SIM so that I have no alerts. I was part of an acquisition one time. We acquired a $5 billion company for one of the companies I worked in. And I talked to their SOC team, and the first question I asked them, I said, "Hey, can you show me a report that shows me how many incidents you deal with on a day-to-day basis?" And their response to me was, "Oh, we don't have any incidents on a day-to-day basis." Excuse me. Did you say you don't have any incidents on a day-to-day basis? Yes, sir, that's true. We don't have any incidents on a day-to-day basis. How big is your Splunk license? Oh, it's a 5 terabyte Splunk license. Oh, so you're getting 5 terabytes of logs in on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, this is coming from all your security stack. This is coming from all your EDR tools. It's coming from everything. Yeah, absolutely, sir, 100%. And I said, okay, and how many incidents do you see on a day-to-day basis? And they said, no, we don't deal with any incidents on a day-to-day basis. That, my friends, is how you know that an organization has overtuned their SIM and they have no freaking clue what is happening in their environment. They have no idea what is going on in their environment if they do not deal with any incidents on a day-to-day basis, right? So, that's why I say, if you're in a normal SOC where you have a normalized tuned SIM, you are definitely dealing with cybersecurity incidents on a day-to-day basis, and that is a good thing. When I say that entry-level blue teamers should go do SOC work, that's the reason why, is because you want to be in the trenches on the battlefield on a day-to-day basis. That's how you're going to get to be awesome in that role. Leandro Akuda, thank you so much for dropping in and becoming a member. I think that was taken care of by Josh. Thank you very much. Dear Neil, you are my godfather mentor. I'm from Saudi Arabia. Welcome to Saudi Arabia. So glad to have you here. So glad, that this stream has gotten to be as global as it is. I utterly love talking to folks all across the globe. Best CTFs in entry level. So CTFtime.org is hands down the best place that I think to start looking for a category of CTFs that you can do on a regular basis. It's kind of like a catalog of ongoing CTFs that I think everybody can benefit from just going and doing, and putting in some time to do there. So CTFtime.org is my recommendation. I know I saw some stuff from chat, but that's my recommendation right there. Second question. I'd really like to know how to determine what the best fit for me is as far as red team or blue team, then what specific job in either of those best fit. Thanks. This is always a struggle, right? This is always a struggle bus. Should I go red team or blue team? And if you're looking for me to give you like the binary 1 or 0 answer, right? There's not going to be a binary 1 or 0 answer, right? You should go with the one that excites you when you think about getting up in the morning to do this job, right? Cybersecurity is about passion. And so you should do the one that is helping you be passionate about doing your job on a day-to-day basis. Now, with that being said, there's obviously some reality to this conversation, right? There are more blue team jobs than there are red team jobs. Let me say that again. There are more blue team jobs than there are red team jobs. There is more of a need for blue teamers in this cybersecurity space than there are for red teamers. Hold on, I'm gonna do that slow drink of my tea mug so you can hear me say it again one more time. There are more blue team jobs than there are red team jobs. Right? And the reason is because the organization is getting hacked by hackers on a day-to-day basis. We need more soldiers on the front lines defending organizations. And whether you like it or not, and again, remember, I am a career red teamer. I spent 10 years doing it for the Air Force. I've built red teams for some of the largest Fortune 100 companies in this space, right? I built the Midwest practice at PwC for red teaming, right? Lifetime red teamer here, and I will tell you that blue teaming is more important. Blue teaming is more important than red teaming on a day-to-day basis. Okay? And so with all that being said, it is okay for you to make a decision to get your foot in the door in the cybersecurity space, learn blue teaming, and then transition over into red teaming. And that will actually make you a better red teamer. If you understand how organizations defend themselves, you want to be the best red teamer in the world? Go spend time on a SOC floor. Go spend time learning how to identify bad guys, and you'll be the best freaking red teamer in the entire world. I challenge every red teamer out there to go spend a year doing real cybersecurity incidents on a SOC team, and you'll realize that every single thing you've ever done as a red teamer is wrong. And you have not done anything to actually simulate an attacker, which is what a red team is supposed to do. And that is one of those soapbox items for me, so very much right there, right? Because there are so many people. Listen, the definition of a red team, the definition of a pen tester is to simulate a hacker. Do you simulate a hacker by running a Nessus scan on an enterprise? No, but that's what I see pen testers do. They're out there running Nessus scans, right? So I think some of you red teamers could stand to spend some time on the SOC analyst, right? I think some of you could spend some time, being a SOC analyst. Red team exists to make blue team win. Just because I saw this one, right? Does red team exist to make blue team win? Yes and no. Yes and no. Red team is a sparring partner. Red team is a sparring partner. If you treat red teaming like a sparring partner, then it can be a useful tool for your blue team. Okay? But that means that the red team actually has to communicate and talk to the blue team instead of thinking that their goal is to, hey, I got into your Active Directory. Ha! No, I'm not going to share my tools and techniques with you, which is what most red teamers do. They keep that stuff to themselves, right? So look, I'm not discounting the value of the red team. Again, a lifelong red teamer here, right? But the only reason you have a job is because of the blue team, right? And there's more demand for blue team than there is for red team, right? So go out there, get a blue team job, bolster up our defenses. And again, no red without blue, no blue without red. We need both to improve security. I don't fundamentally disagree with you, but it's not a 50-50 split. It's not a 50-50 split. Let me say that again. It is not a 50-50 split. It's more like 75 blue team, 25% red team. Very much a soapbox item for me. Very much a soapbox item for me. Does CEH still have any value as it is, or is it used exclusively as gateway cert? It's used exclusively as a gatekeeping cert. If you look at kind of the review that I did on CyberSN on Monday, I made a really strong point about how we still shouldn't, we shouldn't be putting CEH on job descriptions as a gatekeeping cert, because there is so much more out there. I think it is losing its value. I think the industry has come around to realizing how useless CEH really is, and CEH is utterly useless, right? And so I think that you'll see it out there, but there are I don't even acknowledge mine. I have 2 and I don't even acknowledge them, right? That right there is probably the most lip service I paid to my CEHs in years, right? I don't even use them on my resume. When I send out my resume, I don't even use CEH, right? It's losing its value in the industry, 100%. It is 9:18. I'm going to go ahead and run our giveaway. I do want to thank Josh Mason and the Cyber Supply Drop for providing today's giveaway that we do have today. We are giving away, where is it in my list? We are giving away a 1 month. Let me just make sure I've got this right. Double checking on my notes. Yep. 1 month free Pen Tester Lab Pro right here on the stream. Listen, you need to be in Discord. You need to message Josh Mason. You can see his name there in chat. You can see him in Discord. So if you're not already there, hit !Discord. Make sure you're in Discord, because you are going to have to be in Discord to message Josh Mason to get your voucher. And it is hugely beneficial if your YouTube name matches your Discord name. So listen, and let me say something. I want to say something. I haven't even hit the start giveaway yet. Listen, Streamlabs might be slow. It might be your old uncle with a cane trying to get up the stairs slow, right? But Streamlabs does see you when you hit that ! Raffle. So you only have to hit it once. My mods have gotten real testy over people hitting ! Raffle more than once. You might find yourself on a timeout or a ban if you hit that ! Raffle more than once. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and start that raffle as soon as Streamlabs posts up in chat. You'll be able to enter said raffle. Let's get on over to the next question here. Let's see what else we got. So to go more in depth, I'm speaking of instances like the new Oh My God vulnerability, where they publish the details of how to actually use the vuln while the fixes are actively being pushed. Again, I don't fundamentally have a problem with it, right? Listen, there is no easy conversation to have with this Devnil Zen. And this gets back to his question that he asked at the beginning of the stream, which was very much geared towards responsible disclosure and things like that, right? I still don't change my answer, right? If you think about the vulnerability remediation process, right? And again, I challenge people to put themselves into an organization, right? Put themselves in an organization where you've got hundreds of thousands, if not thousands and thousands of computer, systems, kind of at their disposal, right? By the time Microsoft, and I'll just pick on Microsoft just for the sake of the conversation, Microsoft gets wind of a vulnerability, gets it through the testing cycle, gets it applied to a patch Tuesday, gets that patch Tuesday pushed out to everybody, and then every organization downloads that patch, tests it internally, pushes it out to their systems, is a long ass process. And so if researchers can post details of a vulnerability out to the public and do it in such a way that gives unequivocal details on how something is exploited, so much so that you can have security teams put in IOCs and put in alert mechanisms, right, to detect it and to stop it. Again, I see no problem with it. I see no problem with it. Okay? I don't think that there's an issue there. I don't think that there's an issue there. I noticed the t-shirt is an announcement coming. I can neither confirm nor deny any impeding announcements. Is SOC the best blue team role to start in? SOC, IR analyst, SOC analyst 1. I think those are fantastic roles to start in. Yes, 100%. With the release of Windows 11 next month, how concerned should we be with security issues with the new OS when companies start updating to it? This is an interesting question, right? This is an interesting question. To yourselves, everybody who's listening right now, think to yourselves, if you walked into an organization and saw Windows XP in an organization, how mad would you be? How disappointed would you be in their security posture if you walked into an organization and saw Windows XP? You'd probably walk up to the first person you'd find and you'd be like, how dare you not have updated your Windows? So if we all acknowledge that old operating systems, the reason for a new operating system is new features, is new security enhancements, is new capabilities, right? New stuff is supposed to be about protecting organizations, right? Are you think about it for a second. Are you saying that with Windows 11 coming out next month, should we hold off going to the latest and greatest because of security issues? I don't know. I think you should identify if the security stack you're using in your current security architecture is still valid from a security perspective, and if the new security features of Windows 11 continue to improve the security posture of your organization. Because at some point in time, Windows 10 will become end of life. In the not so distant future, Windows 10 will become end of life. And so if you're still on this train that's like, oh my God, Microsoft's releasing Windows 11. I remember 20 years ago when they would release a new operating system and it would have 9 million security vulnerabilities. I hate to break it to you. Knock, knock, knock. The 90s called. They want you to come back when Microsoft was really having those problems, because today it's not what it was 20 years ago. And this is from somebody who, right? This is from somebody who is traditionally railed on Microsoft, right? For having security issues, right? Until I actually started to do some analysis against things like Defender ATP back in 2016, 2017, and found out that Defender ATP is actually really freaking good, right? Microsoft has come a long way. And so I think you're still on the train that thinks that Microsoft has a ton of or a ton of security related issues with every new operating system. And instead, what I think you need to be thinking about is, does this fit into my security stack? And does this actually propel my security posture forward? And I would venture to say that that's the conversation you need to be having with yourself. If you're looking at evaluating Windows 11 coming out next month, and I think you should roll it through the process and, do it that way. So looks like the raffle has ended. Let's pick a winner for a 1-month pen tester lab. Remember, you must be in Discord. You must message Josh Mason in Discord. Once your name is called, you got about 30 seconds to a minute when I call your name to message Josh, or else we will re-roll. So make sure you are listening. The suspense is killing us. Sid is the winner of the 1 month Pen Tester Lab. Please, Sid, if you are hearing my voice, message Josh Mason in Discord to redeem your voucher. I could remove that question. This is a good one. Brad says, hey, Neil, have you seen any particular cloud platform stand out over another for cloud security engineering jobs? I think AWS is still kind of leading the way from a market share perspective. I think Azure is, listen, and BSEC does such a really good job of memifying me and whatnot whenever I do it. But my meme, right? My Azure creeper meme, I think is very true. Like, I think Azure is going to creep up. I think Defender. I think, listen, if you're a full Microsoft shop, and I've said this, if you're a full Microsoft shop, you got O365 in the cloud, you're using AIP, which is Azure Information Protection, you're using Defender ATP, you're using the Evergreen model when it comes to all the operating systems on all of your endpoints, right? Right. I think if you're on a true Microsoft Azure O365 model, there is no better security stack out there, right? Go full O365. If you're that bought in, you go O365, right? I think everything else, right, that it gets kind of, then it kind of drifts off from there. But I think Azure and I think AWS are where your head needs to be at, right? You've been in the industry for so long. What is the best Neil burnout break? How do you deal with it, and what do you do? I had a really bad. Oh God. As I start to tell that story, like 1,000 bad memories kind of come to mind. They did call me old Dev. I appreciate it. Josh, you got that winner? Okay, you got Sid. Awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations to Sid. Thank you so very much. Congratulations. Listen, remember, you can catch us here every Friday on Tea with a Hacker on our AMA stream with weekly giveaways, care of Resupply Friday from Josh Mason, the Cyber Supply Drop. Last weekend, we had a really huge amount of giveaways. We will have more giveaways in the future. We are coming up to the end of the month, which means that we will be doing our I&E giveaway, here in the next couple weeks. So you do want to be sure to tune in for that. If you know, listen, here's the thing, right? Help get the word out. If you know of people who are dying to get access to training, if you know of people who are dying to get access to Pen Tester Lab, to try Hack Me vouchers, if you know people who are dying to get access to I&E, this is the best place. This is the best place to do it. We literally give stuff away every week, sometimes multiple. Hey, listen, we got Andrew coming in on Wednesday. Don't think for a second. Listen, I want to remind everybody, before I answer this question, I want to remind everybody, the last time I brought a Series A CEO onto my stream, somebody from the community got an internship. Let that sink in for a second. The last time I brought a Series A CEO onto the stream, somebody from this community got an internship. Don't think for a second that we don't push our guest to provide you something every single time that they come on our stream. So you do not want to miss an episode. This is why you turn those notifications on. This is why you tune in, right? Took me a minute, Zafe, but this is a fantastic, question when, I think the burnout for me happened. It wasn't actually cyber related so much. I had been traveling I'd been traveling a lot. And by a lot, I mean literally like getting off of one plane onto another for a particular Fortune 100 company that, that I was working for. We were blowing this organization's security team up. the CISO was traveling to Russia the week before and had made a big deal that he wanted to travel to Romania to meet part of our SOC team in Romania. And so I had, obviously it's a CISO of a Fortune 100 company. It was obviously going to be a big deal. So there was a lot of planning and effort that went involved to make sure that he had like nice presentations. We talked about the successes of the team. We talked about, right, it was a huge deal. It was an ordeal that goes into that type of thing, right? You know, obviously coordinating travel between a ton of executives and a CISO and things like that is all, it's all very painful, right? So he was going to leave Russia on a Saturday, land in Bucharest on a Saturday. We were going to go meet with the team on Sunday, go meet with the team on Monday. He was going to fly out Monday evening, and I was going to stay with the team for the rest of the week to continue to strategize and work things out. So that week, I literally landed on a Friday home from Minnesota, meeting with my team that I had in Minnesota. I had just enough time to get new clothes, pack, get onto an international flight on Saturday afternoon, because the best time to get on an international flight is either first thing in the morning. That way you can sleep during the day if you're that kind of person, or at night. That way you can sleep overnight, and when you wake up, it's morning internationally where you wake up. So my flight was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to go to Romania on a Saturday afternoon. So I rushed out, got on a plane at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, got to Romania 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, to my admin texting me in Romania saying the CISO canceled his trip to Romania and came home instead. So that was kind of like straw number one. I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll do it. We'll roll with it. We'll go with it. Sunday comes around. We do the meetings on Sunday. We do the meetings on Monday with just me and my executive team. I get a call Monday night from the CISO saying that there is a presentation with the executive VP of supply chain on Wednesday. So it's Monday night Romania, Monday morning, Monday afternoon in the US. The next flight that I could have gotten out was Tuesday morning, which would have put me home Tuesday, late Tuesday night. Literally called me up Monday night at dinner, said, I need you home on the next flight home so that you can present to the EVP of supply chain on Wednesday. And when I got home, that was it. I crashed hard. I mean, it was an emotional crash. It was a mental crash. It was the first time in a long time that I had this feeling where I was like, F this. I am quitting. Like, I was so close to quitting right there on the spot. It was the hardest I had ever fallen in my career. It was truly a low point for me, right? That was my burnout break point for me. It was at that point in time that I realized that I was just going without any care for my own well-being or my own safety or my own physical, health or anything like that. And so that was when I kind of like, and then I had a second incident. A year and a half ago, where I actually had like a heart issue. I don't want to give too many details on this one on stream. But I had forgotten about that incident, and I'd let myself get back into that routine again. This one was more excited about building a brand new SOC from scratch, and trying to do it with a challenge of 45 days. And I was again back to traveling back to back. But I was, I had a lot of unhealthy habits, at the same time. And I'll just kind of leave it at that. And literally I had gone from Romania, all the way over to California to go to RSA, and had a heart issue while I was in San Francisco right before COVID hit, before coming home. And so that was kind of my wake up moment last year. So I've had a couple really bad burnout issues. That's why I'm so passionate about talking about it, is because like even the best of us, right, who've been in this for a while, it happens to all of us, right? We get so passionate about this industry, we get so into everything that's going on, that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget like how important it is to, pace ourselves and to, just really take care of ourselves. So don't worry about, being upset about asking me about it. It's a heart-wrenching story. It gets to me every single time, but that's why I try to come on here and I try to tell you guys and girls all about like all of my issues so that, you all can learn from my mistakes and you all can be better than me. Cause here's what I want. Here's what I want. The reason I talk about everything that's gone on in my life is because I want every single one of you who's listening to me. And let me say this one super, super close. I want everybody who hears my voice every day to be better than me. Some of you are already better than me. Some of you out there are already better than me, and I applaud you for it. And I want everybody out there to be better than me wherever you are in your career. And if there's anything that's in here that you need or you want, I want to make sure that you've got it so you can be better than me. That's what I want. That's what I want. Let's do one or two more. We're a little over time. Let's do one or two more. Let's see what we got here. How to fake lack of motivation. Find something that motivates you. Find something that motivates you. Find something that motivates you. If it doesn't motivate you, you're doing the wrong thing. If it doesn't motivate you, you're doing the wrong thing. That should be your key. Right? How hard was it for you to get to the point you are in cybersecurity? It took me 25 plus years to get here. That's how hard it was for me. It took me 25 plus years to get here. It was 100% by accident. Let me, and again, cyber truth bombs for a second, right? Cyber truth bombs. It's not like I was a natural born athlete, right? It's not like I woke up and had like a basketball in my hand and was like, shooting 3-pointers from cross court and dunking on LeBron James, right? Was that the right sports reference? Somebody check me on that. Was that the right sports reference? Just make sure. Right. I messed up a lot along the way, right? And it was, when you talk about like how hard was it for you to get to where you are? Well, where I am took me 25 plus years to get here. So I want, if honestly, when you ask that, I think the innate question that you want to ask yourself is, well, if it took Neil 25 years to get there, how long is it going to take me? Well, this is why I'm here talking to you. This is why I ask. This is why I plead. This is why I beg you all to bring more people to this stream, because I'm willing to take 25 years of my screw ups, 25 years of my mistakes, 25 years of my successes, and 25 years of my learning and give it to you in 2-hour increments 4 times a week, right? So that you all can try to be better than me, faster than me, right? So that it doesn't take you 25 years to get there, right? But for me, it took me 25 years, and that's how hard it was for me. Now, I'm fortunate. Like I love that it took me this long. I wouldn't change it for the world. Listen, people ask me like, Neil, if you could go back to your older self and change something, what would you change? And let me put a fine point on that, right? I am where I am today because of the path that I was on. I'd be so scared of changing anything about my past where I wouldn't be where I am today. And I love where I am today. I wouldn't change it for the world. I don't work. And if my boss is listening to me, I hope he hears this because I say this frequently. I don't work a day in my life. The reason I don't work a day in my life is because I love what I do every single day. And I haven't worked. It's 2021. I got out of the Air Force in 2013. I haven't worked in close to 10 years. I haven't worked in close to 10 years. because every day that I've been in this career field, that I've been operational, that I've been doing this mission, I've loved every day of it. Right? And so like for me, that's why I would be so afraid to change anything about my past, is because I truly do genuinely love where I'm at today. Genuinely love where I'm at today. I think that is a great motivational piece to end the stream on right there. As always, I truly appreciate everybody who tuned in this morning for Tea with a Hacker. Congratulations, Sid, for winning the Pen Tester Lab. Remember, you can tune in here every Friday for giveaways on Friday Resupply. Thanks to all the new members that joined up today. Real quick reminder for those who are looking at the memberships, right? On October 1st, we're going to be discontinuing Twitch memberships, meaning I want you to cancel your Twitch subs, right? Don't waste your money over on Twitch, please, if you still have a Twitch sub over on the Twitch stream. On October 1st, we'll be fully transitioned over to YouTube. We have done our best to make the membership tiers equivalent to what they are on Twitch in some cases and better in others. Case in point, we've maintained the sub chat feature, right? So for those who participated in sub chat, right, over on Twitch with your Twitch sub, there is a membership tier that allows you to participate in sub chat still on YouTube. We've added additional tiers. We've added a basic mentorship, which gets you a personalized resume review. We've had several people take advantage of that. There is a channel on Twitch. If you'd like your resume personally reviewed by me, and you are of that mentorship tier, you can put your resume, your LinkedIn in there, and we will personally review your resume. We will be doing our monthly resume reviews. It's tomorrow. How many Saturdays do we have before the end of the month? We have this Saturday, next Saturday. So I'll commit to you this. Next Saturday, the 25th, we will be doing our monthly resume review. There is also a channel for you to submit your resumes for the monthly resume review next Friday. We have put that on there as well. So make sure that you are of the right membership tier so that you can do that as well. So we've tried to give some real value to the membership so that you can actually get something out of it versus on Twitch, which all you got was some extra emotes, which always bothered me about the Twitch stuff. Monday, we got an awesome stream planned for Monday. Obviously, Wednesday, we got Andrew Maloney from Query.ai coming in on Wednesday. We've got Deirdre on the 27th. We've got Carl on the 28th. We've got TK on the 29th. We got so much content. So much content. Make sure you turn those notifications on. Please turn the notifications on. I saw somebody mention in chat, they noticed that they saw the Ferrari logo on the blue shirt, noticed that Ferrari is typically a red brand. I'm rocking the blue shirt. Glad somebody noticed that. That was the reason why I ended up buying the shirt, red versus blue. That's why you'll start to see, like, look, if you've seen it, like the Tea with a Hacker logo is a red versus blue. The room, red on this side, blue on this side. I'm getting kind of into this, like, rocking both of them, right? Both right there. Adam, thank you for the upgraded membership to Narwhal Prime. Appreciate that you're there on that one. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and I love you. Thank you so much for your continued support. And listen, whether you're on the red side, whether you're on the blue side, there are no sidelines, Cyber Columbiana. There are no sidelines. Everybody's in this game. Everybody is in this game. Keep learning. And I'll see you on the next stream.